I mean, do you have an
Depends on the
opinion?
man.
Okay, so it's like, and he's just, he's like, do I look like a man who has ulterior motives?
I don't know,
And
maybe
then
to
he holds up
her.
a fingers like, don't answer that. All right, let's go. And so Doc just kind of shrugs and starts going, and I guess you're the third behind them.
Yep.
So it's like he quickly because it's steel shutters, so he like lifts the steel shutters. You're inside. He's like turning on the lights. Doc is looking around. It's like, wow, you really got a nice place here. I was like, yeah, cost me a pretty penny. You know how much it's cost me a good 50, 60,000 new yen just to get this small little shack of niceness.
Damn, that's expensive.
It's like, of course it is. It's prime real estate. This is right. It's like, you know how many people come through here buying stuff?
Probably a lot.
Yeah, it's like, I could easily sell my wares here. I don't have to try and run in the shadows or anything. I have security now, so I don't get into too much deep shit.
So wait, you're allowed to actually sell your usual stuff right
It's like,
here.
yeah, but, I had to kind of not have the unusual stuff in this building. Seeing as that's kind of illegal. It's like, alright, so I have a storefront. I can sell the usual stuff, but if you want the unusual stuff, I'll have to have that delivered to you directly. You just need to let me know.
Huh, fine.
It's
Don't
like,
need
because,
anything
I'm
right
trying
now.
to, it's like, and he's like got his hand on the back of his head. It's like, I'm trying to become a legitimate business owner here. I'm not trying to, I don't want to be an arms dealer for the rest of my life, alright? I don't want to have to worry about some guy coming in and trying to kill me. I just want to have an honest living, relatively. I just want a decent living, and I don't want to do too
Well,
much running anymore.
you're most likely still gonna have the problem with someone coming in wanting to kill you,
It's like,
even if
yeah,
you're
I know
not
that, but it's like
in
I
that.
can I can at least dream, can't I?
I'm
And
not
like
saying you
Doc is
can't.
looking at you, it's like, why'd you have to do that? I mean, that's like, why you gotta be a downer? And so I guess the air just got like awkward between all three of you. Like Doc saying you're a downer, Jack's just like he understands your sentiment. I mean, so what happens now? You just wait it out for 30 minutes?
Guess so.
I mean, there's nothing really to do in there. Just he's quickly setting up shop, knowing that his shop is also going to open at 7. Like he's turning on all the lights. He's the gun racks have to flip around because they're in a combination armored case, so that they don't get stolen during the night. So he's opening up the back room, which has like the armory, and that's where he stores all the guns. Like he's just double checking if everything's all right. It's like, well, that's so. 20 minutes later, he's already ready to go. I guess you guys are just sitting around. It's like,
Probably.
it's like, I wasn't expecting any guests that would for a prolonged stay. So sorry if I don't have much hospitality. It's not like I live here. This is just a storefront.
Yeah, besides, otherwise we would have been waiting outside, so.
It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Doc like turns is like, well, thank you, Jack. It's like, oh no, it's nothing. Just you guys probably didn't even know I had a store here.
No, actually didn't.
Yeah, and so and Doc just looks at you. It's like, seriously? Like,
What? Don't I
it's like,
don't pass
good
by every single
impressions.
day.
It's like, yeah, but you don't need to tell him that.
He,
And Jack's just like looking at him. It's like, no, no, it's fine. Just, I get it. Not important.
you are important, otherwise I
It's
wouldn't
like,
be
yeah,
able to
for
do
for
what I'm doing.
armaments, but besides that, I mean, what value do I really have? It's like, I'm no fool. I know what value I actually have.
Well, I
It's like,
still don't know.
it's like, let's be honest. If I wasn't selling you guns and I wasn't selling you proper ammo, would you actually care I existed? I don't think so. It's like, I'll just be another random stranger that you don't know. That's just how it is.
Isn't that for most people like that?
It's and Doc just like walks out of the room. And Jax is like, what's her problem?
What do I need to do to find that out? This one, right?
That would be, I don't know, judge intentions. Well, you already rolled it, so.
Yeah.
So I mean, for one, you know she's drunk. So two, you know
Yeah,
she's an emotional drunk. So it's probably just that. That's what you can put it down to. I mean, there could be something else there, but that would require a higher roll than 3. So, in terms of what you know, you're just putting it down to she's drunk.
She had something to drink.
Okay. It's like, oh, okay. I guess she's she's that type of drunk. She's
Yes.
overly reactive.
Indeed, she is.
It's like, all right, well, you better go get her before she causes any trouble.
Yeah. Thanks for letting us stay here.
It's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Wait. And I go after Doc.
So Doc is like walking this way. She's walking towards where the store is. And she's walking at kind of a slow pace, but not really. So she gets to, like, you're walking behind her. Do you at least catch up to her?
I hope
like,
so.
before she gets to the storefront, or?
I'm definitely gonna try to get there before she
Okay.
reaches the store. Like,
Alright, so roll... That would be... I don't know, are you gonna run? Are you gonna walk?
I'm gonna...
Because if you walk, that's agility. That's just a 4d6. If you run, that's your running skill.
Yeah, I have a better chance with running.
Okay, so roll running. So, I mean, you quickly can outpace her and be there before she is. I mean, so I guess you would kind of brush by her and, like, she'd be looking at you.
No, I would.
No?
I would just catch up to her.
Okay, so what's this whole getting there before her, then?
I phrased my phrase wrong.
Yeah, I noticed. Alright, so... I mean, you see the store's now open, and she's quick to just walk inside.
I walk inside as well.
So, I mean, there's a strange, it's kind of a, I don't know how you describe it. It's like a bubbly man. Like, he's kind of heavy, he's got a beard, he's sitting behind the counter. And he's kind of just fidgeting right there, and then he sees, it's like, oh, customers, how can I help you?
I am looking for the exact same outfit without a jacket.
It's like, I don't think we have that in stock, but I can have it ordered.
Well, yeah, that's fine as well.
Okay, so it's like, you wouldn't happen to have measurements I can use for your outfit, or do I have to do I have to measure you, or how do you want this to proceed?
Do I know my measurements out of the
I don't
top of
know,
my
maybe
head?
that's memory.
Heads.
Yeah, that's memory. How good's your memory? Alright, so, I mean, you know your measurements. Or at least you know your clothing's measurements.
So I give him that.
So, now I have to roll Doc's memory. With a -1, because she's inebriated. I don't think you can actually have a -1 on there. Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so even with alcohol, her memory's pretty good. Like as she knows her measurements, it's like, yeah, I want what she has. This is my information. It's like, oh, okay, let me quickly write all that down. So he's writing as fast as he can to get all the information down, and like he offers you the paper. It's like, is this what you're going for?
I look it over, and if it's all the exact same stuff I have on me except for the jacket, then yes.
Okay, and so do you pass it to Doc because it has her stuff on it too?
Yeah, I do so.
It's like it's like, wow, that's how did you get that down stuff? It's like I'm a clothes store salesman. Of course I can get that down quickly. I am going to need that back though, because I need to make the order. So Doc quickly hands it. Like she kind of like tosses it, but it doesn't really go anywhere, and then she grabs it out of the air and puts it on the table. So and he quickly, it's like, okay, so how much is this outfit like in total to have a duplicate?
Uh,
So okay, this is again, this is becoming an issue.
no, but that's the thing. I don't know because I only paid for the jacket basically.
Like I said, this is becoming an issue. Where it's like, if you're gonna do stuff,
Probably,
you gotta know this data.
no, so normal clothing, that's probably gonna be like a 500 total.
500 new yen for clothing? Like, for just that. Wasn't there so your clothing is non-specialized, you don't have anything.
No, it's not specialized at all.
So, are you paying for Doc's clothing as well, or is she paying on her own?
I'll pay for hers as well.
Okay, so that will double the fee to 1,000.
Alright, 1,000 has been paid.
Okay, so it's like, and is this being delivered, or will it be delivered here?
You can deliver it to my home.
It's like, and do you have an address for me, or?
I give him my address.
Okay, so it's like, okay, I have your payment and I have your address down. We'll have it delivered to you in a day or so.
Alright, thank you very much.
So Doc hasn't said a word since she got in here. I mean, besides looking over the paper and then throwing it. Okay, so I take it you're walking out.
Before walking out, I asked Doc, like, you need anything else?
So she doesn't respond. She just walks out again.
Take it, that's a no.
So it's like, have a nice day. Okay. So I mean, where do you go now? You just go back?
I think I'm gonna drop her off home, like her home.
Okay. You didn't drive here or anything, so just walk.
Yeah, but walk.
Okay, so where exactly is your house? Is in the downtown area, or is it somewhere else? Like,
She wasn't that far from the White Rabbit.
okay,
that
so
I remember last
that's
time
another
you
20. That's
saying
basically
something
20
about it.
minutes back the other direction, then.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys walk there. I don't actually have her house. I realized that I didn't have her house. So she doesn't even tell you goodbye or anything. She just walks up to her door, opens it, and closes it.
I just shrug and walk back to the White Rabbit at that point.
All
Walks
right,
up, opens the door, closes it, doesn't go in.
well, she did go. She went in the door. So. Alright, so let's get rid of Doc. So, I mean, you're back at the White Rabbit after a 40-minute walk. Actually, no, it was about 50 minutes. No, it was longer than that. Because you have to go there 20 minutes, then you have to wait half an hour.
It was a 40-minute walk.
Say what?
It was a 40-minute walk.
40-minute walk?
Took longer.
Okay.
Like, it took half an hour longer than the 40 minutes.
Okay, so you got there. Wait, then the time is off. No, you should have only been at Jack's store for like 10 minutes.
What?
Yeah, because it was 6:30 when you left. and they open at 7.
Yeah, but then why did you say it's gonna be half an hour still when I was standing
Because
right
my
in
time
front of
was
the...
off. I forgot about the 20-minute walk. So
Oh,
20-minute walk
right.
included. You were only at Jack's shop for maybe 10
So
minutes
50
before you
minutes.
went to the... Say what?
So about 15 minutes
Yeah.
that I was gone.
Yeah, so it's like 7-ish. It's like 7:30, but... Alright, so... Would you have any idea what Sam would be doing? This is you,
What do you think?
Dust. Like, you have to get inside Sam's head and figure out how he operates. Like, I know what Sam would do, but I want to see if you know what he'd do.
My Windows Explorer is not responding.
Great.
Could I have a second, please?
Yeah, that's been happening to a lot of people, apparently. Like, something happened with their current update, and it's been screwing up. No, we're not there yet. We're still on Sam, which we can't go to, so... So, I mean, FaZe, you're currently in a stupor. Torbjorn, Torbjorn is actually browsing over the job itself and seeing... Because, remember, you got his information, right? Now, question, would you give Torbjorn the permission to go talk with the contact you're supposed to talk to and get information? Actually doing
Not
the
a
job.
good idea. Until it's actually set up, like everything is set up.
Yeah, but it's like he's going to talk and get the information you need to know what your target is and everything. So, does he have permission to do that, or is he like, all right, let me do that? Like, which is he doing?
Oh, he's a free man. Whatever he wants.
So, let's see what his intentions are. And what type of man is he? Yeah, he would do that. So, he would go, you got the contact information, he would contact 3. Or let's see, where's,
Oh, it's still here.
yeah, of course. Like I said, when nobody was listening, I had said he's going to be
He'd be
like
2
2
hours.
hours late. Now, here's the question is, one of the experiments I was thinking of trying is, next time, like, around what? It's like when a month has passed and we go into the next game, do you guys just want to have 3-hour sessions with an optional 4th hour? So we guarantee 3 hours, but you can extend it to 4 hours if you feel like you're up to it? Because it seems like we're pattering off after the 3rd hour.
I don't know. I'm up for anything.
Alright,
Yeah,
well,
sure.
we're going to try it anyway then. No?
Sure. I'm up first.
Alright, so first off, it's like Torbjorn's going to go review that information from your contact. I don't know where they went. Oh, because Wk8-2 is his name. Or he just refers to himself as 3, but, you know, I guess Vok is the official name he goes by on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, I exist again.
So let's do... So first he's going to judge the intentions of the contact, so... I mean, obviously, his intentions, Vok's intention for this particular thing is he wants to get the job done. He wants to find whoever this is. But in order to do it, he has to break into some very secure places. So...
Do we know who we're looking for?
Let's see, let's do a memory. So he had to talk about a lot. So, I mean, he's got exact details of what it is, which is, surprise, surprise, you're breaking into Cider Group's databases, which is probably one of the most secure databases you have to break into. So, you needing preparation is so, I mean, Torbjorn immediately is like, he's willing to drop this job, but he hasn't told you yet what's going on, like, or who you're breaking into.
I want to live, thank you very much.
Yeah, So, I mean, he keeps giving him the, like, Vok is, like, he already knows that, you know, it's not something you want to tango with. They have some pretty heavy security, but...
That's an understatement.
At the same time, it's like, well, I could get you a way in, because he has friends in high places as well. So, he could get you in to get the data, and then how you get out will be up to you.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so that's the only, like, besides that, he doesn't have another plan. It's like, yeah, hacking them directly would be suicide. You'd get killed before you even breach the firewall.
Yeah.
Quickly pour 3 pounds of black ice onto the perpetrator.
Well, in that case, I'd probably need Dust for this shit. Because we're going to the physical building, she could convince people of certain things I cannot.
No, it's not so much that this is going to be a very Matrix operation. This is not a physical operation. Like when he meant gets you in, he meant he has a person on the inside who can give you authorization to get into the network without having to breach any security alarms.
Oh, and then I could putz about with anything.
Then you could find the data and get the hell out.
Alrighty, that's not so bad, but still.
So
that's pretty horrible.
Let's do Torbjorn's judge intentions one more time. Because there was a twist to that as well. So, I mean, but he's already suspicious because the information that he wants to obtain is on Humanus. At least what Cybergroup has on Humanus in both Germany and Britain. So he gets the feeling that, okay, there's some, like he called him out on it. It's like, okay, there's something you're not telling us. Is there anything you want us to know? So, and his only reassurance was that, he's got nothing solid yet, just a hunch. This is to confirm a hunch of his.
So I could potentially die for a hunch.
Yeah, so
right.
Yeah, and that's exactly the point. It's like, he wouldn't be paying you if this job was risk-free.
But remember, then you'll be the man who cracked Cybergroup.
Well, you crack Cybergroup a lot of hell, or you'll die. So
there's a big trade-off for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, and obviously he can't do it because he's not a Matrix user. And it's like, if you guys feel uncomfortable with this could be like, if you guys refuse, he can say, we never talked, we never said anything about this. Just plausible deniability. It's like, you had nothing to do with him, he had nothing to do with you, and we never even dreamed of talking about this.
Hey man, you gotta risk it to get the
Torbjorn's more like, it's like, I'm on board. It's like, he's not on board. This sounds like a bad idea. So he's going to try to advise against it. But at the same time, it's like, this is the only lead he's got left. And if Vok loses this lead, that's it. He's got no others. And he'll have to start again. Which could take decades.
But who are we looking for?
So who you're looking for is Dust's sister.
But you don't know that.
You're unaware of that.
But
well, let's see. That would be Torbjorn's. That would be Torbjorn asking.
Hackers are naturally curious.
No, I did specifically tell him.
Yeah, like he would ask, but
my real name and not my fake name, and not link them in any way.
Yeah, like 3 would not tell them anything. It's like, this is just a job. I can't tell you any of this client information. That's personal.
I know, but you do realize that when we pull the file, we're naturally
when you
curious.
pull the file, you'll know exactly who it's for.
Okay.
No, you'll know the
or you'll
name
know that, like, you'll have the data,
person.
and he'll have to sift through the data for what, like, it's really that's where Vok comes in. It's like, you'll have to sift through the data once you've decrypted it, and then he can search for what he's looking for.
But herein lies the thing. I looked through a patient list because I thought something was creepy or weird.
Yeah, so, it's also, you're dealing with FaZe. FaZe will look through the file, even though he's told not to.
But again, there would be nothing to link it to me. You'd have my real name, but you don't know my real name.
Yeah, of course. So there you go. He would probably look through the file, but he wouldn't have any connections. Anyway, so
yeah, we'll see.
Torbjorn has to wait because apparently you're inebriated, like pretty badly. So I don't know, roll your body score. Let's see, how long are you inebriated for? Every hit will decrease
I'm so screwed. Yeah, it's only going to be 1 maximum.
That's if you even get 1.
That's it.
Because it takes a good 4 hours. You got 0. So it'll take you at least 4 hours to get back to normal. Maybe longer.
Great. The drink was worth it, though.
Okay, so who plays Mara? Like, who is playing? That would be Raven. You're Mara as well. because Ellsworth just left.
Yep.
So I mean, what else besides drinking? What else would Mara be doing? Just like she's been here for almost 2 hours.
Waiting for the next job.
Okay, so
Or-
just drinking the time away and just waiting.
Yep.
Okay, so re-roll your initiatives. It's on his second turn. Yeah, that's written over in jobs. The current plan is where it is. Shows the amount of loot you got from last time. Yada yada yada.
Oh yeah, we can do that again.
Say what?
We gotta do the initiative again. Oops.
Yeah, the re-initiative yourselves.
Yeah,
Even
you can now
Torbjorn's
just
got a
click-
re-initiative too. Everybody's got a re-initiative.
You can now just click your token and click the initiative button.
Okay, so
It's easy now.
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Now we all have an initiative button. Click.
I still have that doggo button.
Okay.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Dust, you're up again. So you just came back from that whatever. Now what?
I'd be basically getting phase into shape, so turns would be
Okay.
happening.
So how on earth do you get someone less hungover?
Hit me with a stim. I've got a bunch in my med kit.
Sure. So
Did
FaZe is
you
telling
say
you
that?
to say what?
Do you say that?
Why not?
Okay,
Let's
so
make
FaZe
it
is saying it's like I got stim in my back. Hit me with the stim.
I do so.
Okay, so what's the stim? The stim has a rating, right?
Yeah, it's based on your med kit or whatever.
Okay, so what's the med kit?
4 on mine, I believe.
Well, roll a 4. We'll see how many hits, if you get any hits at all. So that'd be a 4d6. So that'd be just dice of 4, limit of 4. So you got 1. So that would decrease your
Yeah.
time by at least an hour. So any more would probably be lethal to your health.
Sure.
So I mean, he
Lethal
feels a little
damage.
better, but you're still you're a long way from being fully able to comprehend.
I'm sure they've got like detox pills or something around here.
Yeah, so you hit him with a stim. It looks like he's doing a little better, but he's still pretty haggard. So of course,
Anybody know how
Torbjorn.
to undrunk someone?
Okay, Torbjorn comes running over. It's like, hey, how's he doing? Is he able to comprehend yet? Or
Pure ethanol fucks you up. He'll be down.
it's
for a
like
couple
pure
of hours,
ethanol.
I
Why'd you
think.
give him that?
He asked for the strongest thing I had.
It's like he just realized we have to hack into a high security system. It's like instead of working on the project, he's getting drunk.
Any ideas to get him out of it?
It's like, no, I don't. He'll just have to wait it out. It's like, I'll be here. Just send him over my way when he's ready. I got that information he needs.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, FaZe and Dust, you're probably going to wait. I don't know what Dust, if you're going to do anything else in that 3 hours.
I've got nothing else to do.
Okay, so what would Mara be doing? It's like, see, would she just be reveling for 3 hours, just here? That's you, Raven. Raven, you're also Mara today.
Oh, sorry.
Pay attention.
Spaced out for a second. So, what did you ask?
What would Mara be doing for 3 hours? Because 3 hours is the current timer we have.
Probably rest up to recover
Okay.
stun.
So she would have to go home to her garage, bring the vehicle, so she'd probably encounter codes.
Most likely, yeah.
So she would walk out. Which vehicle is which? I mean, are we talking... Do they both... Oh yeah, you still have to... FaZe, you have all these jobs to do, and you're not doing any of them.
I get a break sometimes.
Yeah, like, you still
Nope.
have to scrub the AI from the armored vehicle.
No one pays me for this shit, man.
Nope, nobody. Mara's not paying you. I don't know. You could tell her that. I mean, do you tell her that eventually? It's like, I don't do jobs without pay.
Unless it's entertaining.
Okay, so I mean, she gets to the van. Good thing Coates is driving because Mara's kind of like out of it, and also she's drunk. So you get in the van, and then they go and drive home, which is over on. She's still over her, so she just gets out of the van. She just plops down into bed. What was it to undo stun? It was body plus something else, or was it just body?
Good question.
Does anybody remember that one?
What was it? I have it written down. Wait.
Well, I'm about to break my Explorer again. Just trying to get the damn manual open.
Yeah, body and willpower.
Body and willpower. So that would mean her body and her willpower. That's like 5. All right. So she in the first hour. Wait. This. What was her stunt? 7?
6.
6. Alright, so in the first hour she undones 2 stun. Let's see how many of these takes. So that's 2 hours. Okay, so it'll take her about a 3-hour rest to undo all the stun. Odd how that all got the same. Oh well, good enough. So she just needs a good nap, and then she'll be back to normal. Alright, so back there. So that's her. So literally that's her 3 hours. So let's go. Torbjorn's just waiting around. He's just doing stuff on the computer. On his deck. So Niltor, what would you be doing during this? Like, it's like 7:30 in the morning, and you're still in this bar.
Well, get home and wash myself thoroughly.
Okay, so you've been just sitting here stinking for all that time, and then you finally decide after you're done drinking, you decide to go home.
Yeah.
So
I smell. I need a shower.
okay, so you're not here anymore. You take your bike with you. I hope you take your bike with you.
Yeah.
So you ride your bike home. You're trying to drive. Once again, you are driving drunk. Do operate vehicle. And also do stealth, because again, even though your house is maybe a little bit away, you still have cops to deal with. So, sneaking, you pass the sneaking, so you're able to go by undetected. What about driving? Can you actually drive drunk right now? Also, let me my volume messed up, and let me realign us. Are you going to do operate motor vehicle?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay. This is not going? Okay, so you're able to, like, there's a few hairy moments, but you're able to get home. And I just realized that. Do you still have the picture of the bike? Because I just lost it. I forgot the bike was not in your house, so I think we might have accidentally lost it.
Still at the bar, actually.
It's still at the bar.
Yeah, it's still the bag is still at the bar. You can just copy that.
Yep, got it. Yep. All right, so you drive the bike into the garage. So now what? I mean, you're home. Kind of stumble off the bike.
Stumble off the bike and get straight to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
My bathroom.
Do you have too many bathrooms?
One person.
How does
one
one
pub.
bathe? You have cybernetics, so how do you bathe? Like, you just wash yourself normally?
Yeah.
Are these things waterproof?
I think they are. I assume they are, because
Alright, so you're just quickly washing yourself. You're undoing your coat.
Washing myself in tomato sauce because I heard that removes most of the
Okay.
things.
Alright, so I mean, roll your composure. Do you smell nice? Do you feel nice? Do you look nice? And can you get away with looking at it? Or can you get away with, like, you look in a mirror and you say, hey, I look a lot better than I was before. So, yeah, to you feel that way. Like, you look in a mirror and it's like, yeah, I'm definitely a lot better than I was. I definitely don't smell like a sewer anymore.
And basically just doing all that with my
Okay,
coat as
so,
well.
I mean, you're looking in the mirror. Describe your cybernetics. Like, where are they?
Well, it's my jaw and anything below that to my waist, basically.
Okay, so, I mean, is the jaw was like a metal jaw, or?
Yeah, the
Okay,
metal.
so the most obvious is that you have a metal jaw. Alright, so what now? I mean, you're clean, you're, I guess, decent. Maybe.
I guess I call. I have the number for his name. He's gonna call someone and ask if there's a job on the way.
Who's got a job?
Well, that's what I'm asking. If someone had a job on the way, we're supposed to go on a different job.
Who are you calling then?
What I don't really know. I guess.
Well, I mean, who have you been getting jobs from this whole time?
What I'm trying to remember.
Oh, Tom? Come on.
Yeah, Tom.
You don't remember Tom?
That with names, okay.
After all this time, you've been working for him for God knows how long, and you forgot his name. So, I guess this is a moment you're having as a character. It's like, well, I mean, you were drinking there for a good 2-3 hours. I don't know. Roll your memory. Does your character remember better than you? Or were you in a fug? Okay, so no, that was actually in character as well. You were having a hard time recalling who your employer was, and then it's like, oh, Tom. Yeah, that's who I'm supposed to be calling. So you call him, but there's a busy. Like, he's still on the phone.
Okay. Never mind then. I'm gonna stay home.
Okay, so you're probably gonna, it's like, again, a 3-hour period will pass, and then something will happen. So that's the guarantee I give you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where are we at? Let me
Maybe
rewind us back.
washing.
Oh, wait, what are you doing?
I'm basically just washing everything I had on me.
All the crap off. Okay, I meant beyond that. I mean, besides doing that and then calling Tom, you're basically in the tub as you're calling Tom.
Well, pretty much.
Just so you multitask. Okay, so I mean, now you're clean. Now what?
I don't know.
You said you were just going to bum around the house until you get a call from him back.
Yeah, and until you get a call back for the next job.
Okay, so you guys are constantly waiting for the next job. You have nothing without Shadowrunning. You don't know how you'd function in society. Okay, so Sam is probably going to go home at this point because he needs it. He's got some physical wounds along with a lot of, he's exhausted. Also, that's the first time he had to do stims, so he's also drugged up slightly. So everything's starting to crash down, and he needs to go back to his house. Remember, he's living with somebody else. So, Dust, you get to be Sam today. So, 3 and 6, I think it was. Or 3 and 5. Oh yeah, Dust is AFK. Okay, so who wants to play Sam for this moment? Because Dust is apparently not here. I'm gonna rock, paper, scissors at this rate.
I've already got 2. No fair.
Very true, but... Alright, so of the people who are here... I'm gonna include myself in this as well. So, and apparently Zero's out. So that's gonna be Raven. You get to be Sam for a couple seconds until Dust decides to grace us with their presence again. So I mean, you're arriving at home. Marcy's just sitting on the couch in the living room. She looks up, sees you, and she's got concern on her face, like, "What happened to you?"
Necromancer in sewers.
It's like, necromancer. It's like, well, are you all right? Like, do you need me to treat that or something?
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, she actually just lifts you up slightly and puts you on the couch, and she goes for a med kit because she's not a healer. She doesn't have healing magic. So yeah, something like that. So 4d6 is the. So with the med kit, she's able to heal. How many? It was 1 wound per hit, I think it was, or was it something else? You guys remember how to do med kits?
Wait, I can check.
Yeah, this is bad.
I can check
Still,
in less
even
time
after
than
all this,
opening
we're
the...
bumbling around wondering how to do
You
things.
get a bonus from a medkit, I think.
Okay,
Is it?
that's
And a
if
debuff
that's a
if you don't
bonus
have
to your
one.
medical skill. But if you're using the med kit directly, it's a dice roll. But I'm just trying to do the conversion rate, which is okay. It's how much to how much. Like how many hits to how much recovered. That's under
Is it-
healing. So first aid. She doesn't have the first aid skill. So he has to. Yeah, if like he's not resting for an entire day, he's basically getting medicated. So this is yada yada yada. Oh, medkits and autodox is where it is. Okay, so it's not a wireless. It's not used in combat. So make an untrade. So. Oh, it's supposed to use logic to when you're using a medkit.
Mhm.
And the device rating in place of her first aid skill. So it's a device rating of 4, and she uses her logic skill, which I think is 3. And I guess that's the limit, so she just rolls it. So still a 1. So now for the conversion of every time you get a hit, what does that equal?
Because 1 hit is 1 heal.
Okay, so that one dose of medication only gave him 1 healing. The rest he's going to have to heal naturally,
Yeah, exactly.
which will take it's a body test every hour. So natural recovery, he has to roll. Did the dust come back or no? No, still gone. Alright, physical damage. So body willpower and then body times 2. So let's start with a physical damage. Okay, so I mean, in an hour's rest, he'll be able to heal his physical damage. And then lastly, we have to do body plus willpower, which is... He's got a 9. That's not bad. That's really good. So he undoes. I have to roll it again. He's pretty tough for a guy who apparently is not so imposing. So it'll take him again. It seems natural that he's gonna take it through. Okay, so Raven, I guess you don't have to do anything. Sam is just gonna go to his bed and just crash and just for 3 hours just repair himself naturally. Marcy just goes back. Like Marcy, that's like she's making sure that he doesn't fall over or anything. But besides that, just lets him rest. Okay, so that's that. Who else is next? Let's see. So I guess Raven, we're back to you. Wait, are we? Yeah, we are back to you. So you spent a good hour going to shop, but you still have another 2 left.
Yeah, so probably when I get back, I go get one more non-alcoholic drink and then go home to rest.
Okay, so... And Liz is like, that's like, still no luck finding whoever you're looking for? You know, significant other person? Or, like...
I have not really been looking that hard.
It's like, oh, okay. Just, like, alright, well, I guess you'll be going now.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
So let's see. Now we get to go to Raven's home, which is down here somewhere. Is that there? That's over there. So our house is pretty nice. I mean, like, what was? Hold on, I have to print the new copy of you. So you have 3 stuns. So what do you do once you get home? I mean,
immediately crash.
so you immediately everybody's just going to rest. So you have to do a body plus willpower test in order for you to undo stun per hour. Or let's see how many hours will it take for you to fully rest up and be ready for combat again. So that's 1. So you undo 2. And that's just 0. It's going to take you longer than 3 hours, I take it. Or it's going to take you longer than the time you have allotted.
3 hours.
Yeah, so it'll take you literally 3 hours. So you're going to be an hour behind everyone. Or an hour ahead of everyone. You're going to wake up an hour later after everyone's
I fell asleep, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I was just laying on the bed, like, resting, and I
you were
actually
resting
fell asleep
and then
for
you
an hour.
went to full sleep. Alright. What are we at now? I guess Dust, were you doing anything else in those 2 hours? If Dust's back, or not. Okay, so you're
I'm back. Yeah. What's going on?
What were you... Okay, so there was... Remember, you had to wait for 3 hours for Face to unhang over himself, along with this plot to progress. So, what were you doing in the other 3 hours?
Just bartending.
Okay, so just doing your job, literally, just doing your job. You're not going to try to undo any of your stun, or...
I mean...
You put Mystic on the couch.
Really.
Okay, so you have control of Mystic, which means do you want him to try and heal himself while he's sitting there or laying there?
I guess.
Okay, so he has to roll, like, for him to heal physical damage, he has to roll 2 times his body, and for him to, like, you do both. You heal physical damage 2 times the body, and then you heal his stun damage, which is his body plus willpower. And you roll, I'd say roll physical first and see how long it takes him to not be hurt. Did I even plug any of his numbers in?
Yeah, it's got some numbers.
Okay, so... He's got a body of 3 and a willpower of 6. So he's better at undoing stun damage.
Did that roll?
Nope, it did not. So the first one, 2, he undoes 2 damage, so that's the first hour, so keep going. Second hour, you're gonna need probably 3 hours unless he gets a 0. Yep, called it. Okay, so now he's back to normal physically. Now you have to do the stun test, which is a 9 instead of a 6. Okay, so he undoes 3 stun, 3 stun. Oops. Keep her going, because he's got 10 stun. So 4 stuns, so he's down to 3. And last but not least, so he's back to normal stun. Like he's back to regular stun before he's fully healed. And like I guess he's kind of comfortable there. Like it looks like maybe he hasn't had a decent bed in a while, because when you go over and look at him, he's having a ball here.
Okay.
Like for one, like his hood is back. He doesn't have the hood over his face now. He's got the full beard and stuff just kind of everywhere. Still smells like a dump because he didn't take a shower yet. But he's got somewhat of a calm, serene look on his face compared to his usual grave face when he's outside.
Is he invisible for you guys? He's invisible for me.
Okay, let me move. Boop. And then boop. And then boop. Is he visible now?
Can't.
No.
I'm gonna reload them.
Okay. Maybe he's not visible to everyone.
He is visible to me, so...
Okay. Everybody refresh. Let's go for broke, because I just want to make sure. Oh no. I think this just loaded me into the wrong game. God damn it. Maybe that's why your thing is acting up, Deadly. You still have Warhammer open.
The fuck?
Yeah, maybe you should close out of your roll with the Warhammer. Maybe Roll20 can't handle having this many games, that many different games running at the same time. Okay, so I have to re-go all the way back to the page, which probably just ruined the recording, but okay, it happens. It never ruins the recording. This is all record keeping anyway. It's only for your
Okay, I
eyes
can see him
only.
again now.
Say what?
I can see him again now.
You can see clearly?
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
Okay, so Dust is going to be doing her job, and then eventually 3 hours passes, and FaZe, you're back up to relative normalcy. Do you continue to sleep, or do you get up finally?
Up, for
Okay,
sure.
so after 3 hours passes, you kind of jolt. Actually, do composure. It's like, do you jolt awake? Do you ease awake? Let's judge your level of paranoia. Okay, so you ease yourself up. Like, you're not... You understand your surroundings. You know where you are, and so it's not as much of a surprise. So, I mean, you're up. The memories start to tumble back into your head. What do you do now?
Good question.
What kind of sucks is you have all this stuff to do, and you don't have a lot of hands to do it with.
Yeah, and I don't even have the equipment that I need
Yeah, and
to
you
make
don't have
it
the
happen.
equipment, and it's endless.
I mean, shit, if we take a job, get money, and get shit, then it makes it a little easier for me.
So you're thinking what everybody else is thinking in your team, which is we need to go to the next job. We need to get more money.
Can I have...
We need to keep going. What was
the
it?
thing is, like, could I be regularly checking up on him, because I need him for things.
Okay, so yeah, you're regularly. This would be you coming back to him after the 3rd hour, just regularly checking up on him every hour to make sure at least he's still breathing. So 3rd hour passes, FaZe is like upright, sitting there.
Finally.
Okay.
Don't you finally me.
You're awake, you're sane, everything good?
Uh-huh.
He's sane.
Dandy.
You expect him to be insane when he wakes up?
I don't know.
You never know what 99%
So-
of ethanol will do.
Mm-hmm.
2 things. How long would it take you to make me a fake license, and how are you going with the case I gave you?
I don't know. Actually, how long would that take?
What's the
It's
device
hardware, isn't it?
rating?
Yeah, what device rating?
Yeah, for your device.
What's the top device rating for the
6.
license? 6?
Yeah, 6. So, I mean, FaZe, how long did it take you to do just that one agent program at rating 3?
Well, I mean, that was an agent, right? That
Yeah,
shit's like
so
long and
this would probably
complicated.
take a little less time. So, what was the
That's just like fake credentials.
Yeah, this is faking credentials. So, what was the average multiplier for the agent? Is there
There's a multiplier.
is there something we're supposed to be looking at when it comes to fabricating programs?
There's really nothing on it.
Great.
They
So
really
this is
don't say
just
shit.
by the hip. We're gonna figure it out.
It's your decision. Actually, you get to decide. There are extended tests and whatnot, but that's it. They don't really say anything other than that.
Okay, so no. But like, where's the part where is there anything on it that tells you how to build? Like, is there anything to guide how you build it?
I haven't seen anything like that.
Great.
They did extend it on the data trails for hardware components.
So let me open
that's
up
about
data
it.
trails. I knew it was going to go to data trails. It always does. So, what's just this? Killer apps and razor forms?
The data trails, always back to data trails.
Yeah, but that's about it. It's for
Common
hardware
Seven
stuff, and that's what I'm using.
programs. Oh, this is just programs. Okay, so where's the part where
Yeah.
you build programs? Guts of the Matrix? Okay. Dongle.
Yeah,
The
I gotta
first
use those.
dongle. It's just really just dongle. Wow. Oh yeah, there's two. There's apparently in this one they introduced the more destructive thing that you now have to face, which is called the Fairlight Paladin, which is a
Yeah.
far more destructive deck than the other one.
Fucking A, but it's more expensive.
Yeah, this thing is literally $1 million new yen.
Yep.
It's $1 million deck. And then you have the specialty one, which is the Echo. I forgot what that's even for.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They don't really.
It's like
touch
basically
upon
it's a
too much
military
about,
laptop.
like changing things.
Like the Ares built Echo is supposed to be a military laptop.
Can be worn as a bulletproof vest.
No, I wouldn't advise that because this thing's this thing is worth more than your life. Okay, apparently, yeah, they added device modification. You can actually modify your device to make it do stuff. Where the hell am I supposed to be looking? Like, okay, so what did we do for last time? Just for ease of access?
I mean, I just did programming
You did programming?
or software, actually.
Alright, so I think we used like a 24-hour span of how long it would take. Alright, so 24 hours, roll your programming. Let's see how long it would divide by. Because we just used it as a divisor number. It's like, depending on how many hits you get will depend on how much that 24 hours is divided by. So you got a 5. So pop open the calculator.
It's about 4 hours.
We round up for that.
Oh,
So it'll take you about 5 hours for you to make a fake license of that rating. So in short, it's child's play for you. Of course, now you have to find the time, because so first of all, that's what like FaZe tells us that's how much time it would take. It would take him about 5 hours to get it done, roughly, assuming there's nothing that goes wrong.
assuming.
Yeah, very big assumption.
Okay. And how far along are you with the case I've given you?
Oh my god, everyone's pushing me for these things. Nowhere so far. I need stuff, and I don't have the stuff I need.
What stuff do you need?
A shit ton of electronics. Comlinks
Can
and
you-
decks and shit like that.
Can you buy that sort of thing?
Not with my money. And not as much as I need.
How much?
Let's just say a lot.
Very specific.
Can you give me a number and I
Yeah,
can.
monetary
I can
amounts.
say how much.
If possible, I'd like to have at least 5 decks and about 50 comlinks, but that's ideal.
Good lord. Okay, so what type of
You're
decks are we
asking me to
talking?
take on a corporation. I
Yeah.
mean, shit.
We didn't even. Well, we don't know that yet. But like, I guess this is your safe bet. It's like, all right, this is gonna be something big. So this is like the minimum I feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
What rating of
makes things go
comlink are
round.
we talking?
Oh my god. Generally, I'd like 3, but I could work with less.
Okay, so I mean, he's saying 50 comlinks, so that's already 50,000 new yen for just rank 3s.
I can get you 50 comlinks.
Okay,
I say we just actually, I say they kill a bunch of people and I just steal it off the enemy.
Okay,
Simple.
so he's like, he's giving you 2 options: either you steal a bunch off the enemy, or you buy a bunch.
Or we rob a warehouse.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Your
Dust has
choice.
said she could buy it, but I mean, that's only step 1. Step 2 is the cyber decks themselves. Now, what was the rating of cyber decks?
Ooh,
Do you want to just have
that's a
everything
good
level 3, or
That becomes expensive.
it is expensive? I mean,
Sheesh.
the deck alone, like a basic deck alone, is like 50 grand, and then it just
Yeah.
gets worse as you upgrade it.
Ratings for that.
So if you find any hackers, you might want to steal their cyber decks.
Yeah. Let's see. I could do rating 2s. Those are not too bad.
What, for
I
cyber
could also
decks?
do. Actually, I could do rating 1s. Yeah, I can modify them. So it's
Yeah,
not
you're
that
gonna
bad.
have to do rating 1s because, like I said, the rating 1
Yeah.
is worth like 50 grand each, and you need 6
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah. So ideally, yeah.
This is so he has enough firepower to take on a heavy-duty firewall. I mean, with this much processing power, you might be able to take on most security networks.
Yeah, but that's just to be safe, you know.
Yeah, just to be safe. I mean,
Okay.
so we're talking a fee of at least 400,000 new yen.
Or we could rob a warehouse. I mean, that's
Yeah, so
That-
that's how
that's
much
it.
money. Yeah, that's a lot of money to spend.
How many cyber decks did you need, actually?
Hmm?
How many cyber decks did you need?
give or take 5. Most of them are for slaving and master slaving.
Okay,
shit.
so there is an alternative though.
Oh.
But this is gonna go. This is basically bordering. This is 3 suggestion, and this is bordering on the illegal. Which is, you could try and slave it through Lone Star's mainframe, using their equipment to do this, and he could get it under his seal. Unfortunately, if they figure out what you actually did, you could get in a lot of trouble for this.
I would
Well,
still need the
so-
processing power and
So
the,
yeah, and I mean,
boost,
like 3 would be able to do that with Lone Star's precincts assets. Like he'd be able to do that.
yeah.
You'd be able to use their mainframe to basically bust into another legitimate mainframe. But again, it's like, what if you get caught? This is you
So I
can
could
get in a
probably
lot of
do
trouble
it
for
with
this.
decks then. If
So
I
it's
had the
either you
extra
spend
firepower for the deck,
350,000, almost 400,000 new yen to get the materials you need to do this plan, or you take the other one, which is more illegal.
yeah, legality is not a huge issue.
Yeah, so yeah, but
That,
like I said,
however,
if you
is-
get caught in any sort of way, it's like you could probably get killed on sight.
Oh, I'll disappear.
All right,
Way
so
before that happens.
I mean, again, you don't know about this yet. So I mean, first of all, we have the first offer, which is Dust. That's how much. That's his estimate. It's like that's like 400,000 yen worth of hardware.
I could do the decks though. I could just take the
Yeah.
decks and I should be fine.